Hello, brothers and sisters. Many of the experiences we have shared are now coming to pass, and some of our members are already affected. Before anything else, please, beloved, kindly leave a word of prayer for those going through difficulties caused by the events God has revealed through many experiences. We have only one mission, and that is to get you ready and prepared for what is to come. Kindly tell us where you are watching from so we can pray for you and your family, that God will continue to keep and strengthen you in times like this. My name is Marcus Chen. Brother, I will go straight to the point. I was at the community pool with my friends, doing what we always do, racing each other and showing off our diving skills. I climbed up to the high dive, the one I'd jumped from 100 times before. But this time was different. I slipped. My foot caught on the wet surface, and instead of diving forward, I fell backward. The last thing I remember was the shock of cold water, then everything went black. When I opened my eyes again, I wasn't in the pool anymore. I was floating above it. I could see my body down below in the water. My friend Tyler was screaming for the lifeguard. People were running everywhere. It was the weirdest thing, watching all of this happen like I was a camera in the sky. I didn't feel scared, though. Actually, I felt more calm than I had ever felt in my entire life. There was this warm, gentle feeling pulling me upward, like invisible hands lifting me higher and higher. Then everything around me started glowing. The light was soft and golden, like the best sunset you've ever seen, but brighter and all around me. I moved through what seemed like a long hallway made of light. I wasn't walking. I was just moving forward somehow. When the light cleared, I found myself standing in a place that looked like nothing I'd ever seen. It was beautiful in a way that's hard to explain. Everything seemed to shine from the inside, and standing in front of me was a man I somehow knew was Jesus. I'd gone to church a few times with my grandma, but I wasn't really into it. I usually just played games on my phone during the service, but the moment I saw him, I just knew who he was. He didn't look exactly like the pictures I'd seen. He was tall, and his whole body seemed to glow with light. His eyes were kind, the kind that makes you feel safe no matter what. He told me that I was between two worlds right now. My body was in the pool, but my spirit was here with him. He said he wanted to show me something important, something I needed to remember and share with others. He reached out his hand, and when I took it, I felt this amazing wave of love wash over me. It wasn't like love from my parents or friends. It was bigger than that. It was like every good feeling I'd ever had all rolled into one. He showed me my whole life in what felt like a few seconds. I saw myself helping my little sister with her homework, even when I was tired. I saw the time I stood up for a kid being bullied at school. But I also saw the times I'd lied to my mom, the times I'd been mean to my sister, the times I'd ignored kids who wanted to be my friend. The amazing thing was that he loved me through all of it. Every good thing and every bad thing. His love didn't change based on what I did. It was just there, steady and strong. Then he told me he wanted to show me something about the future. He said it was important for me to see it and tell others about it. Not to scare them, but to help them get ready in their hearts. The scene around us changed. We were standing on something that looked like clouds but felt solid under my feet. Below us, I could see what looked like a map of the whole earth, but it was alive and moving. He revealed to me that 3 big events would happen before the year 2030. He told me these things weren't coming to punish people. They were the result of choices people had been making for a long time. But he also said he would use these hard times to bring people together and help them find what really matters. The first thing he showed me was about the oceans. I saw huge storms and water rising up. Cities near the ocean had water flowing through their streets. I could see people scared and running. He explained to me that the earth was struggling because people hadn't taken good care of it. The water would rise faster than people expected. I started crying because I was worried about all those people. But then he told me to keep watching. As the water rose, I saw something beautiful happen. People started helping each other. Strangers opened their homes to people who lost theirs. Countries that used to be enemies worked together. Churches became shelters. People showed the best parts of themselves. He explained to me that when really hard things happen, people come together in ways they never would during easy times. Many people who had forgotten about God would remember him during these struggles. The second thing he showed me was about electricity and technology. I saw cities going dark, one after another. People couldn't use their phones or computers or any electronics. Everything just stopped working for a while. He told me that people had built their whole lives around these things, and they needed to learn that there were more important things in life. At first in the vision, people panicked. But then something cool happened. People came outside and talked to their neighbors. They shared food. They played music together. Kids played outside instead of staring at screens all day. He revealed to me that when all the normal distractions went away, people would be able to hear him better. In the quiet and the dark, many people would find God for the first time. The third vision was the hardest one to watch. He showed me a new sickness spreading. It wasn't the same as the virus we'd all lived through a few years ago. It was something different. People were afraid to be near each other again. But what made it worse was that some people were using that fear to control others and keep them apart. He told me that the fear itself would be worse than the actual sickness. Fear would try to divide people and make them forget to love each other. But even in this vision, I saw hope. I saw doctors and nurses working so hard to help people. I saw communities finding safe ways to care for each other. Most amazing of all, I saw people praying together everywhere, in homes, in hospitals, in parks. It was like a wave of prayer spreading across the whole world. After showing me all three visions, he turned to look right at me. His eyes were so full of love that I started crying again. He told me these things weren't happening to scare people. Fear doesn't come from God. He was showing me so I could help others prepare their hearts. Not just by storing food and supplies, but by getting their hearts ready with love and faith. He explained to me that these events weren't his punishment. They were what happens when people stop taking care of the earth and stop taking care of each other. But even though hard things were coming, he would use them to help people remember what's really important: love, helping each other, being kind, and having faith. Then he showed me something really cool. It looked like a giant wall of light with millions of golden threads in it. All the threads were connected to each other, and they glowed and pulsed with light. He told me that each thread was a prayer. Then he touched one thread and it lit up bright. The light traveled along all the connected threads, making hundreds and then thousands of other threads light up too. It spread like ripples in a pond. He revealed to me that this was a prayer I'd said last month. I had prayed for my friend Jake, who was really sad because his parents were getting divorced. I thought nothing had happened because Jake still seemed sad. But he showed me that my prayer had actually helped Jake in ways I couldn't see. It gave Jake strength to get through his worst days. It helped Jake's mom know the right time to talk to him. It even helped me be a better friend. He told me that one real prayer creates effects across places I can't even see. In the hard times coming, prayer wouldn't just be important. It would be absolutely necessary. We stood there in the light for what felt like a long time. I felt so peaceful and safe. Nothing in my whole life had ever felt this right. I didn't want to leave. I asked him if I could stay with him. I told him I didn't want to go back. His eyes got so soft and kind when I said that. He told me he understood. This place was my real home, and someday I would come back here. But I still had important things to do in my life on Earth. I asked him what I was supposed to do. He said I was supposed to be a light for others. I needed to share what I'd seen. I needed to help people get their hearts ready, not with fear, but with hope. He said many people would go through these hard times feeling scared and alone if people like me didn't tell them about what's beyond the suffering. I started crying because I didn't want to leave this perfect place. But he promised me he wouldn't leave me. Even when I couldn't see him like this, he would be with me always. And now that I'd been here, a part of me would always remember the way home. He hugged me, and it felt like being wrapped in pure love. Like every good hug from my mom and dad and grandparents all combined, but 1,000 times stronger. Then he told me it was time. I admitted that I was scared. He said that being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you do what you need to do even when you are scared. And he promised I wouldn't be alone. Suddenly I felt like I was being pulled backward really fast. Then there was so much pain in my chest. I heard voices yelling. Someone said they got a pulse. I was in an ambulance with an oxygen mask on my face and sirens wailing. I wanted to tell them what I'd seen, but I couldn't talk. Everything hurt so much I spent 2 days in the hospital. The doctors said I'd drowned and my heart had stopped. They said I was dead for almost 3 minutes. The lifeguard had given me CPR and saved my life. 3 minutes on Earth, but it felt like hours in that other place. The doctor couldn't believe how quickly I recovered. He said people who are without oxygen that long usually have brain damage. He called me a miracle. If you're reading this and feeling scared about the future, please don't be. That's not why I'm sharing my story. What I learned on the other side is that love is stronger than anything, stronger than any disaster, any hard time, any fear. The things I saw coming aren't the end of the world. They're part of a bigger plan we can't fully understand yet. What matters isn't storing up supplies, though being prepared is smart. What matters is storing up love, making your friendships stronger, finding your faith. Because when hard times come, love is what will save us. My name is Marcus Chen, and I died for 3 minutes last summer. But those 3 minutes taught me more about life than all my 14 years before them. And now I'm here to tell you, there's nothing to fear because love is real, God is real, and we're never alone.